Hey guys, welcome back. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to find and remove duplicates using CTE, common table expression, and row number. So here I'm just selecting from this table employees underscore dupes, and as you can see, Ashley Garcia is duplicated here. So we have employee ID 5 here, and then 5 again here, and then Ashley Garcia ID, and then the same salary as well. So it's a whole row or full row duplicate here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this common table expression. So let's say I'm going to do with, and then let's just give our common table expression a name. So I'm just going to call it dupes as, and then in brackets what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the columns from this table, let me select this table. So I'm going to select all the columns. So I have employee ID, I have first name, I have last name, and then I have department, and then salary. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to write this window function. So I'm going to say row number over, and then in brackets I'm going to define all the columns I want to include in this row number. So in this case I'm just going to include all of the columns here. So I'm just going to copy it here, and then I'm going to say partition by all of these columns, and then I can just order by, let's say, employee ID. And let's give this column a name. So I'm just gonna say this is RN or row number, and then I'm just gonna select from the CTE, which is called dupes here. So let's execute it now. Okay, so you see I'm selecting all of the columns here in our CTE, but then I'm writing a window function using row number. So what row number is gonna do, it's gonna break it down into this group. So since we have a whole row of duplicates, I'm including every column here, all of the columns in that table, and then I'm saying order by employee ID. So what it's going to do is it's going to assign it a value here. So it's going to assign it a unique value here, so 1 and 2 here. So we're only going to include the columns where we have duplicates. So if you only have duplicates in like 2 columns, and if you want to delete duplicates based on those 2 columns, we're just going to include those 2 columns. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say where RN is greater than 1, and it's going to include everything that's duplicated here. So it's going to include this, of course. So let's execute this now. So you see it was able to identify the duplicate. So, and then the good thing about common table expression is, since we are using it already, is we can directly delete from that common table expression. So I can say delete from dupes where RN equals greater than 1. Let's execute it now. Okay, so let's go to our messages. It says 1 row affected. So now let's select from this table again, and you see the duplicate is gone. Now I am going to give you another example. So I have this table called employees dupes 2. Again, same thing here, it is duplicated, but you notice it has a unique employee ID, but everything else is duplicated. So let me just copy and paste it here. So I'm gonna run this query against this table now, and let me just select from this CTE. Let me comment this out. So now when I select from this table, you see it did not assign a new row number to each one of them, because these 2 rows are unique. They're not the same because employee ID is different here. So what we are going to do in that case is we are only going to partition or break it down by these columns. So I'm just going to take this employee ID out because it's unique for each one of the duplicates. So I can simply take it out, and let's run this again. So now you see it assigned a new row number to our duplicate. So here I can say where row number is greater than 1 to select our duplicate. Okay, it correctly identified our duplicate, and it picked this employee ID 6 here. So it's gonna pick based on the employee ID here, since we are ordering by that. And if we do descending here, it's going to sort it by 6, 5, and we are going to pick 5 here. So let's say if you have a date column or something, and if you want to keep the latest, you can do descending based on how you want to delete it. So now that we have it here, we have the duplicate identified. I'm just going to simply do the delete directly from our common table expression. So let's execute this now. And if we select from this table again, you see employee ID 5 that was duplicated has been deleted from the table. If you found this helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you for watching.